So now we're pretty much certain we're going to get more CTR content coming before release and at E3. Alex, you really should have watched that live stream that confirmed it a while ago. I do apologise for not picking that up at the time and hold my hands up as that was a big thing to miss. Anyway, within these new reveals we're probably going to have a number of other character reveals, those being largely Naughty Dog reveals in most likelihood, and as such I wanted to talk about the roster again. At first I wanted to do just another list of any 5 more characters I wanted to see in CTR, following on from the video I made a few weeks ago. However, I feel like we are almost certainly going to get greater female representation in the game with any future character reveals, so it makes sense to focus on female characters specifically for one video. Also, the trophy girls are a topic I want to give a few opinions on. Before we jump into the list, I just want to note that I don't have some raging grievance with Activision and Beenox for a preliminary character roster, nor in general am I particularly occupied with gender in gaming. However, a number of people have fairly raised the point about having more playable female characters in the game and, as they have done for the last few years, I'm sure Activision will address any concerns that fans have. Basically, I think it's really likely that the next character reveals will include a number of female characters, so it makes sense to look at whom they may be. First up today is Nina Cortex. I've already discussed Nina Cortex in the last video I did about potential additions to the character roster, so although she's certainly worthy of a place on this list, I've put her up first here to get her out of the way so we can talk about new characters after this. Nina Cortex first appeared in Crash Bandicoot Ripto's Rampage, but she is also featured in a number of other games including Crash Tag Team Racing. Nina was reportedly meant to be in the original roster of Crash Nitro Kart, but she was scrapped before release. She's got really cool gothic character design and would be a really popular addition with fans. Out of all the entries on this list, Yaya Panda is probably the most obscure in my opinion. There's a couple of others that could have gone in this spot, but I quite like Yaya Panda, and in all fairness, she's one of only 5 female characters who are playable throughout the whole of the Crash series. She's also got some history with Crash racing games too, having featured exclusively in Crash Bandicoot Nitro Kart 2 and Crash Bandicoot Nitro Kart 3D. Many people, including myself, haven't yet had chance to play as Yaya Panda because both games are currently only available for you to play on iOS, and I don't have an iPhone, so... Anyway, I've seen 1 or 2 people mention her name in the comment section of the last few weeks, and I'd personally like to see her introduced to a much bigger Crash audience in CTR Nitro-Fueled. Next up, we've got the highly talked about and requested trophy girls. Now, what would have made this list so much easier would have been to give each of the 4 trophy girls their own place on this list / in the roster. I'm not convinced that's necessary though. These 4 female bandicoots, from what we've currently seen, haven't yet made an appearance around the victory parade in CTR Nitro-Fueled. This news isn't too big of a surprise for me though. Like in Formula 1 for example, grid girls were banned because they were perceived to promote the objectification of women, and in the original CTR, in my opinion, their image had too many suggestive themes about it, especially considering this game is rated E. Now I know some will think this is all BS because it's just a game and all that, but whether you agree with it or not, that's the world we live in today, so it's not looking great for a return of the trophy girls in their original form. However, as others have suggested, why not bring their characters back as racers? Although they weren't racers in the original, they did feature in the original CTR, so should probably be in there somehow. I quite like the idea of having one racer with 4 alternate skins for each trophy girl. I think that would work well and appease a lot of fans. Pasadena's name seems to have popped up an awful lot in the comment section of my videos recently, so despite only making 1 appearance in the Crash series, I'm sure this would be a popular choice. Pasadena, who is a mutated possum, made her only appearance in Crash Tag Team Racing, a game I have fond memories of playing on the GameCube. She's a formidable racer in Tag Team Racing and has a really interesting and flirty relationship with Crash too. In addition to these characteristics, she's also fiercely loyal to her employer Ebenezer Von Clutch. Wouldn't it be immense to see both of them join the roster in a really cool trailer at E3 or something? If there's one character on this list I'm convinced we're going to see, it's Tawna. Tawna played a big role in the first Crash game, and she's also appeared in Crash Boom Bang on the Nintendo DS, but my memories of that game are so vague I can hardly remember anything about it. Her inclusion has a lot going for it. Most notably, she's been quite heavily requested by fans, and they've already got her character assets and model from the Insane trilogy, so it wouldn't be too difficult to make this a reality either. I'd really like to see her in the game. She's a cool Naughty Dog character, so there's every reason to be optimistic on this one. So there you go, 5 female characters I'd like to see join the roster in CTR Nitro-Fueled. What a fantastic job Activision and Beenox are doing with this game, and I can't wait to see what they've got left to reveal and discuss. What do you think though to what's been discussed here today, and are you counting down the days now until we get our hands on this fantastic game? Let me know down in the comments. If you have enjoyed today, please do share this with a friend, like the video, and consider checking out some of the other videos we put out on this channel regarding all different types of games. If you like what you see, hitting that subscribe button would be greatly appreciated too. Either way, thank you for your time today, and I look forward to seeing you in another video soon.